Hold up. All right.
Have you ever been involved in sexual discrimination?
I'll paraphrase a little bit. Having come out at 17, I've had a few times where there have been people around me who have been involved in sexual discrimination, but personally I haven't. I've never had the issue really come forward that I've seen it, but it could have happened behind my back.
How do you think sexual discrimination was in the past?
Everything changed in 1969 with the Stonewall riots, when people started to gain more rights for gay society and in terms of people's sexuality. So it's gotten better, but there's still, depending on where you go in the country, there's definite biases about people's sexuality, like the Midwest, the South, and the so-called Bible Belt. And the better places in the country to live where there's less discrimination based on sexual orientation are the far west or the northeast.
All right. What are your views of sexual discrimination now?
It still exists, and it depends mainly upon normally people's upbringing. It's something that's bred into them based on the family, so it's a nurture-nature situation, and normally based on religion and also political views and where the political party stands on it. So people sort of ascribe to whatever everybody else believes or views.
How do you think sexual discrimination affects a person?
Depending on the temperament of the individual, some people are able to let it roll off their back and they keep moving, and for some people it's life-shattering when they're discriminated against and they let it get them down. So it can be a very, very evil thing that can really put someone in a bad mind state and knock their confidence level down. And it does exist, so it hurts some people more than others.
Do you think sexual discrimination will ever fade away?
Any kind of discrimination is never going to fade away. It'll always be there so long as people believe in something against it. But it has definitely gotten easier to be openly gay, especially in terms of education. If you go back 20 years, there weren't, I don't think, any openly gay teachers. And especially amongst other mindsets, people just, they didn't come out. And now it's a much freer atmosphere. There's more people coming out at a younger age. So it is less, there's less sexual discrimination every day with more efforts and more rights marches and awareness.
Are you involved in any anti-sexual discrimination groups? If so, which ones?
We're trying to get a GSA going here at North, but I personally have not been involved in anything. I was in a gay youth group when I was in high school, and there were gay support groups that I was involved with on a musical basis when I was in college. But otherwise, I'm not involved in any groups now.
Is there any groups that you would like to be involved in?
I'd like to see a GSA for our students. I think especially for students who are wrestling with issues of sexuality at home or personally or with friends here, or who are support mechanisms for friends here, I think we need a GSA in this school.
Do students ever come to you for advice? If so, what do you say to them?
I've had a number of students come to me over the 8 years that I've been teaching, and the biggest thing that I've learned is just to let them talk and let them hash out their feelings and figure out what they're doing so that they have somewhere to voice who they are and let them figure it out, because everybody does need to figure it out for themselves.
What is your view on the allowance of gay marriage in New York and California?
I think gay marriage is a great thing, but what it really comes down to is rights, is in terms of taxes and in terms of costs and things along the lines of, if one partner is getting medical treatment, who gets to call the shots with the medical treatment. And it's just a common rights issue, even more so than same-sex marriage. The issues where other people bring up and don't agree with it is because it's a religious thing and they feel that it's eating away at marriage. But with a divorce rate of about 50%, I don't think having gay people be married is going to be any kind of issue.
What is your opinion on the don't ask, don't tell rule being revoked by the Army?
It's a great thing that it got repealed. I don't think it really was that much of an issue to begin with, because sexuality doesn't really and shouldn't really define how someone serves the country and defends our freedom and our liberties. So I think it's a great thing, and it's good for gay servicemen and women, but I don't think the issue or the rule, the law, really had that much to do with how we serve in our militaries to begin with.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
My pleasure.